What is up, everyone? It is Bowser0897 once again with yet another episode of our stupid ass podcast of Rant Time. Now, in this episode, we will be talking about toxic players in the gaming community, some funny stories and occurrences that have occurred to both of us, and any other shit we could probably think about. So, obviously, you have more of a issue with this than I have. I took me a long ass time to really think of some instances, but you were waiting for this because apparently you have something to you have a little rage to let out, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds really ominous, but I'll go first. So, personally, for me, I don't see a lot of toxic players anymore. It's more prevalent in these online big multiplayer games. Like for me, it was GTA, and Call of Duty Zombies. Maybe a little bit of Sea of Thieves now, but really it was more prevalent in GTA. I'm gonna be honest with you. So during the midst of GTA Online, right? It was cool, but it was also filled with just like dicks. So this was before the heist update came around, right? And the Xbox 360 version of GTA Online was like a modded mess sometimes. And I remember some people will go around like harassing people, trolling them. You know, there'll be kids asking others for mods and money drops, and people going around griefing your cars, people duplicating all over the fucking place. Like it was just dude, it was the Wild West in Los Santos. It was ridiculous. But then there was this one moment I remember. So when Heist did come out, do you remember the Pacific Standard Heist, the very last one?
Yeah.
So, so there's this one guy we're playing with, right? And I personally believe that if you're playing GTA Heist and the leader and with all the crew members all together, the leader should always take 40% of the final cut, and everyone else should get 20% because he pays the upfront and he doesn't get any setup, payouts. I think that's fair, personally. I personally do that. Some people do 25, 25, 25. I think that's bullshit, but that's just me. But we're in this lobby and this guy is refusing to ready up. It's like, no, give me 25% now. And then I'm like, dude, I paid all the setups and I had to pay the entry fee. I want to cut too, and he's like, I don't care, like I want 25%, I don't give a shit. And then everyone's like, dude, just ready up. Like, who cares? We can do this again. And I was like, I was reluctant. I was like, all right, whatever. Because we were there for like 6 minutes just waiting for him. So he readies up. And, we do the heist. It's really smooth. He dies a few times. Well, I guess it wasn't smooth. He died, he actually ended up killing himself inside the bank. When you're trying to get the money in the safe, he accidentally...
Are you serious?
Yeah, he threw a sticky bomb and killed himself with it. Nah, he didn't use the thermite that you're given to use. He just used the actual sticky bomb. I think this guy was like a level 30 or something. But anyway, as we're going to the bank, we're taking all the money. I say, hey, you should give the money to one person, so 2 targets aren't being hit, so we're not dropping too much money. I always give the money to one guy. And he's like, no, man, let me give you the fucking money. And I was like... okay. And so we're basically being bossed around by this like teenager almost, and as they get to the end, we're in the boat and whatnot, and we're sailing back to the port. This guy leaves the game, and then it just ends, and then he just starts laughing and leaves the party. And I was like, dude, come on, like who does this? Like,
are you serious?
Yes, man. He just left because if you leave a heist, the whole
then you can't play it. Yeah.
It just ends. It was like, bro,
that's so stupid.
Yeah, it was funny. I mean, it's funny now, but like this is retarded. The things people do, it's just pitiful, man.
That's why with games like that, I would just stick with getting like a group of 4 or whatever, or however much is required for whatever you're doing, and just play with your friends.
I would do randoms all the time and see this shit happen all the time. Then don't get me started on like free mode, just craziness. You know, there was a time in GTA where like the most overpowered, well, I guess there's actually countermeasures to it now, I believe. It's been a while since I played, but like anyone who had the laser and the Hydra, basically that's all they use. Like you would be just driving, right? And you would just run into someone on accident, or you would just run into someone, right? Or you get into like a little gunfight. So, you know, one player doesn't like you and he just starts shooting you, and you shoot him back, you kill him successfully, you know, through dodging and getting to cover. Well, if he dies once, God forbid he dies, this guy will literally call up Pegasus, go get a Hydra for one fucking person. He will bring a fucking fighter jet to a single fight, like, and that's all people use. That's all people use, man. It was just fighter jets and Hydras, and just they would just roam around the city, just like literally bombing people in the streets.
It would literally kill everyone they would see.
Yes, they would literally kill every single person in the server in the Hydra. It's just ridiculous. Like, you would literally just be driving out and you would just see a jet on your mini map. Then you just hear, and you're just fucking, oh my god.
And not only that, sometimes there would be those people with the same thing, but they would go into passive mode.
Yes.
And then wait for the passive mode to end, and they would just hit you, and then they would immediately go back in it. It's so stupid.
Oh my god, dude! People in GTA would just be ridiculous. Like, you would want to just drive around, get some clothes, buy some cars, look nice, and you can't because, like, yo, there's some guy with like a red blimp on his name, and so he's like mental, and all he does is like run around, kill people. And what's the weapons they like to use? They like to use these people like to wear and use certain weapons. It's like the marksman rifle, heavy sniper rifle, the combat NG. Man, dude, they just. Oh, dude, and remember how some people would like RPG themselves so you wouldn't get the kill for it?
Yeah.
Or so they won't ruin their KD. They'll just kill themselves.
Ruin their KD.
Yes.
It's freaking free roam.
Yes, dude.
It's free roam.
There was a time, right? Okay, so there was a time where KD was in GTA Live for a really, really long time, and it wouldn't like your KD wouldn't go up or down, I believe, when you killed yourself. So people were having a gunfight and they knew they were gonna lose. They would just kill themselves to get health back and not ruin their KD. I'm not kidding. Like, oh my god, it was funny.
That's so dumb.
It was funny as fuck. But I don't know if you remember this, obviously, because you were there. We were playing Sea of Thieves, and we were doing this stronghold event. In this stronghold event, there's this giant ass tower, and there's a whole bunch of skeletons. A few waves, like what is it, like five to 7 waves of skeletons.
Nah, it's like 10. I'm pretty sure.
Jeez, yeah, there's 10 waves of skeletons, a boss at the end, and then you get a whole bunch of loot that's worth like 20 to 30,000 coins. Well, since Sea of Thieves is an open world game, anyone can come in at any moment and just disrupt your shit. So we're just simply, you know, cruising along, killing all the skeletons, and we managed to complete the event. And then I remember in the midst of this fighting, I was like, hey, you guys see that ship over there just sitting? And then, you know, Kyle's like, oh, don't worry about it, man, we'll be fine. Well, you know what happened. We this guy waits for us to finish the event so he could come and kill and take all our shit. Like
There's another group of 3.
Yeah, like come on, man. Like, why do you gotta be like that? Like, why do you gotta be like that, man? It's just like, I personally look at this like, we're all playing Sea of Thieves to make money. If you see someone at a skeleton fort, why are you gonna just like go in there, like disrupt them? I personally feel like it's first come first serve. That would be cool. Yeah, that'd be really cool. That'd be cool if they made it like first come first serve. There's like a barrier around you, but then they up the intensity of the fight where you could actually fail it and actually not get anything. I think that'd be pretty cool. But what do I know? I haven't had much time.
And and also that didn't even make the final cut in any of the videos. But oh man, if you still have the footage, just put it in.
I don't. It's all gone.
Dang, never mind.
Don't worry about it, man. I don't want to think about those bad times anymore. Though that was depressing moments. I'm trying to think of another game. Call of Duty Zombies is one. It was more during the Black Ops and Black Ops 2 era. Not much Black Ops 1, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 3. Yeah, those three games.
Black Ops 1 especially. I know exactly what you're going at.
Listen, man. There's like certain people in zombies, right? You have just people who don't buy doors. You have people who don't revive. You have people who just hit the box fucking every minute. Like, they just gotta get the ray gun. They gotta get this. They gotta get that. They don't buy any wall weapons. They just... Now, I guess those are different... I mean, I guess that's not really being toxic. That's just playing your way. But, like, I think the worst part is... I think the worst thing is people who, Yeah, I know people like that. People who just don't buy doors. Like, people who just do not buy doors at all. Like,
yeah, especially when you're with a team of 4.
Like literally, you just be playing, right? And then they won't buy any doors. They'll buy nothing but wall weapons. No. They actually won't buy any wall weapons. They'll just keep their pistol, right? And let you guys buy the doors. And then they'll just hit the box and waste all their money on it. And then they'll take the ray gun or the thunder gun. Then they'll die with it. And then it gets back into the rotation. Or they'll go down and die, and then they'll yell at you and cuss at you if you don't revive them. And then, like, you're like, well, bitch, why are you going down with wonder weapons? I can understand the ray gun. Like, the thunder gun, like, come on, man. Like, come on. That's just Black Ops 1. Black Ops 2, I don't know. Oh, man. You remember that one map, town with the lava that was part of Transit?
Black Ops 2? Yeah.
So, you remember that one equipment in the game, the EMP grenades?
Yeah, oh my goodness, I remember that vividly.
Dude, the amount of people that would throw EMP grenades at your box when you get, like, wonder weapons and shit. Like, it was so stupid. Like, I don't understand. Why did they make that a feature?
I don't know. Well, I think it was part of the Easter egg, wasn't it?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I just people used it to fucking troll with people. That's all
Yeah.
they used it for. Like, no, it turned off perk machines too, didn't it?
Mm-hmm. And then when the perk machines turned off, like, the perk wasn't active.
But yeah. So yeah, there would be people, right, who would get EMP grenades. They would throw them at your box, and then once you get jugged, they'll just throw that jug and basically screw everyone up. And then they'll just die and leave. That's all they do. Like, oh my god, it's ridiculous. Oh man, dude, I could go on for days about this. Like, there's some really just interesting people in this gaming community. Oh my god, dude. Don't even get me started on Halo. Oh my god, dude. Just freaking... Dude, there's just some toxic people in Halo Reach at the time. There was... Dude, have you ever been in, like, a Inheritor gangbang?
No, but... Well, actually... Yeah. Yeah, dude, so... Kyle and I especially, we were playing Invasion, like, when we came back to Halo Reach, like, I want to say 2017? Early 2018, maybe? I don't know. But, we were playing Invasion 6-on-6, and there's, like, objective-based, game mode. And you would, like, rush up and push the enemy back, depending on what team you were, or you would defend. The team of 6, would always be Inheritors on the other team, and not only that, they would all be on the same party. They would be in party chat together. They would always push up and spawn camp. And even if we got past one objective, they would let us get the second objective. So that way, in the final one, they would get the flying vehicle, like, on the final stage and just wreck shop 24/7. That's all they did.
And yeah, they would, like, wait near your spawn to get the vehicles that you get from the other team. Like,
yeah, they would hide behind the rocks so you can't see them from your camera. And here's the thing: when you're spawning in and you're looking through that spawn-in camera, you can see them just looking right at where the camera is supposed to be, like on the dot. It's so ridiculous.
Because they know exactly where it is.
Yeah, they know everything. It's so dumb. And it made the game awful. It wasn't even fun after that.
Oh my god, man. Yeah, so those, it's funny because it's just so true. Especially, I had those issues, though. Not at the same magnitude, but when I used to play Firefight on Reach. Oh my god, man. There would be people, right, in Firefight who would, I knew people, right, who played Firefight, and they would get the target locator or Spartan laser or RPG, and they'll purposely just throw them off the map and stuff like that. Like, dude, like, people did some weird shit in Halo Reach. I never understood.
I think I remembered that. I think I remember that when I was first playing it for the first time.
Actually, no. You know what's worse is the people who just deliberately betray you. Like, no. I think there's nothing that's more scummy than you're playing SWAT or a big team battle or Griffball especially, and those people who just turn around and just melee you.
Party of 7 or whatever on some game modes, and then they would just call you out wherever you were. It was so dumb.
And they'll just fucking yes, I remember some Griffball games where my teammates were working with the other team. They were just spawn killing us. Oh my god, dude, it's just ridiculous. But that's my those are my personal tidbits of information when it comes to toxic people I have seen. What about yourself? I know you have something kept in your pocket that you want to release.
Yeah, there's a game that I love, and I think it's easy to see. Battlefront 2, made by EA. I love the game. The company, it's a bit iffy, but I mean, I love the game because I'm trying Star Wars, right?
It's a bit iffy,
so,
everyone.
Yeah, so I'm a big nerd about it, and in the game, right? There's different game modes and everything, which I like, and variety and all that. So heroes versus villains, a 4-on-4. You play as your favorite iconic characters from Star Wars on the heroes and villains side, and you would have Princess Leia, Luke, Rey. Then you would have on the villains like Vader and Kylo Ren, and even the Emperor, and all a bunch of other people. You would have everyone that from the movies, pretty much, that was either pro or antagonist.
Yeah.
And with all the variety of characters, all you would see on the 4-on-4 teams would only be lightsaber users. And then people are just apparently oh no, lightsabers are the best. They do the most damage, and then you can just go in and wreck shop and block bullets and everything. Okay, but that doesn't mean you have to only play as a lightsaber person 24/7. There are people out there that have level 40 lightsaber users, but then you go to their blaster heroes, level 1, not even played them, not even touched, not even spawned in with them, died. The bar is not even there, and people were just obsessed with that the entire time. Lightsabers are so good, it's amazing. It's just stupid. That's all people do. And then Galactic Assault, which is 20v20 large scale mode pretty much, and there's objective based defend and attack. And there are times where you would have teammates that would work together, they would work together no matter what. But the problem with that is, on every stage there's usually 2 different objectives that you would attack, right? So one side, whether attacking or defending, every single person on the team would just go for one objective, right? Every single person. And I think it would be defending most of the time. Every defending person would go and just defend one objective, not the other one, which would leave it vulnerable. And that would just lead us to like losing and everything. And especially, okay, so there's one other one, right? Same game mode, same premise on Camino. The final stage, there's like 2 different hallways, and you go to like the final objective, which is one. There's only one final objective, and you gotta hold it.
Yeah.
Usually, everyone defending just goes onto one side, like on one hallway, fighting off against the droids. And then the other side, you just have all the villains rushing down the other hallway where there's no one. Then they come up behind you, hack the system, and then like everyone has to rush back and everything, but then you get wrecked by the villains. Like, it's just stupid. Like, you need to split up no matter what. There's 2 different areas that they can run through, and you just defend one. Like, I don't know how you think that could possibly work. It doesn't. It's just so stupid.
Dude, I think maybe you did break from Battlefront 2 then. Well, how's Red Dead Online treating you then?
It's not bad. I mean, like, cause obviously mainly what I do is I would replay missions to level up and get money, right? Mm-hmm. But if you're just, exploring the free roam world and everything, there would be times when people would just come in out of nowhere and just shoot you for no reason. It's literally like GTA, People would just come in out of nowhere and just shoot you for no apparent reason. And then you would just tell them to screw off, and they'd be like, okay, fine. Then like 5 minutes later, boom, they would kill you again. Like, they just wouldn't stop. And that's all they did. They just killed people. And then they're like level, I don't know, they're like level 15, 17, or whatever.
Is that high in Red Dead?
No. The highest level is like, I don't think there is a highest level. I'm not sure. But I know you can get past 100. I know you can do that for sure. But the fact that they would just stay in a free roam lobby just like GTA, just to kill people, is ridiculous. Now, it's not as bad because there's like, there's no Hydra jets bombarding you and killing you.
Still law enforcement though? Don't you get like stars or something like that?
I haven't played much of it since it updated, but there's apparently a new law system where if you do keep on killing people or whatever, then the law will like get on you more and more. But I haven't personally experienced, but that's what they implemented in the game to supposedly prevent people from doing that. But honestly, it's just like GTA. The law will get on you, and they're like, "Oh, whatever, who cares?"
Listen, man, I wish you some better moments in your gaming career. That's terrible. It's like
I wish, man.
Your favorite games played by these people who only use the sabers. Looks like, I mean, I don't even know what to say to that.
It's ridiculous. They only use lightsabers.
Hey, man, you fight fire with fire. That's what I say. Well, I mean, I said my 2 cents. Is there anything else you wanted to add personally? Uh-oh.
Let me think. What else could there possibly be?
He's trying to think of other bullshit in his life.
Yeah. Mainly with games, though. There's plenty of bullshit in my life, but I mean, this is about games. I don't know. We did hit pretty much, all the ones that we did play.
Yeah, pretty much. Then I call it a wrap as we hit the 25-minute mark almost.
Fair enough.
Alright. I think next time, we should tackle something that's really close to me. You see, I grew up watching Transformers, and the series is progressively going in the wrong direction. And I need to do a little rant on Transformers 5. That movie. I damn that movie. Yeah, we're going to do the Transformers franchise next. But until then, ladies and gentlemen, I have been Bowser 0897, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
RSK, let it play, boy. Keep it simple, I'm trying to keep it simple. Keep it simple, I'm trying to keep it simple. These days, I'm just trying to keep it civil. Keep it simple, I'm tryna keep it simple. Keep it simple, I'm tryna keep it simple. Keep it simple, I'm tryna keep it simple.